just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to start the show off here at Mullins, here in Elizabethton Chrysler Jeep Dodge, with our recording artists. Give it up for East 26.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Elizabeth, make some noise. Make some noise.
This is your fight. Let's go. This is your fight. This is your fight. Yeah, it's your fight. I suggest that you win it. Feel like Popeye, like I just ate my spinach. This is my moment. I'm focused on winning. Sights on the crown. I go hard till I get it. Tell me what you know about a walkout. Tell me what you know about submission and KOs. Tell me what you know about a tap out. About putting on the show, leave opponents on the floor. Somebody unleash the monster. Can I be tamed? Can I be caged? These challenges, they some imposter. Don't share my pain. I'm bearing my fangs. Get noticed. I'm gonna come up, you know this. I work on my brain and I'm focused. I'm coming for bills cause I'm filled with the hunger like nobody else cause they bogus. I'm just doing my thing. This is my fight and I came here to bang. It's your fight. You ready? 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 It's your fight. Just win it. 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 It's your fight. You ready? 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 It's your fight. Just win it. 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 It's your fight.
The pressure is building. I ain't got no ceilings. And I told you I'm an animal, I got no feelings. My opponent's weak, I ain't hit my peak. And I'ma leave him in the cage with a steady leak. This is my moment, I came here to win. City on my back, so I came to defend. Running the cage, I'ma do it again. Take him to church, I committed a sin. And I ain't never backing down. Told you that I run this town, I'ma finish first round. Give these fans a show, cause that's all I know. They might get a little blood in the front row. East 26, I'ma give them picks. I'ma knock them out they shoes like they turning
flips. It's your fight. You ready? 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 It's your fight.
Just win it.
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 It's your fight.
You ready?
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 It's your fight.
Just win it.
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 It's your fight.
Thank you, thank you. Once again, give it up for East 26. Yeah. Welcome to your high school sports. We are your source for high school sports in the Southeast. My name is Roddy Woods, along with Chris Blevins and Chris Reddick. The Chris is what I call them. We kick things off every week, folks, fans, with a question of the week. So I want you to rack your brains right quick. The question to our panel is, what was your most memorable moment of the Olympics? Not this past Olympics, it could have been, but in the history of the Olympics. This goes to these two guys. And if you want to chime in, Chris?
Well, Roddy, there's a lot of them that you think about over the years, but if I go to one that's kind of specific to the time we're in right now, is Muhammad Ali back in 1996 when he actually walked the torch from the Atlanta all the way up and lit the torch. I was only 12 years old at the time, but that was a memorable moment for me. And speaking of his death, which is, obviously, a big loss for sports, it's kind of one of those things that sticks out to me in my mind because I didn't get to see him fight in the ring, but I knew who he was, and then to see what happened now, it's a big moment. I think that Muhammad Ali obviously will be a big figure for a long time, so that's my moment.
What's yours, Mr. Reddy?
I'm going to keep mine real short and simple. I'm a sprinter and a runner. I love to run. Carl Lewis definitely was one of my memorable moments, but until Mr. Usain Bolt came on the scene, about 3 Olympics ago. Technically, he came on 4 Olympics ago, but he was only 18, and he didn't even qualify in the Olympics. He qualified for the Olympics, but he didn't qualify for the finals. But the Usain Bolt moments are definitely my favorite.
Okay.
And he's still going to win the next 2, I think. He said he's going to quit. He's 10 links above everybody.
I doubt it. I'm going to go with what you just said. Muhammad Ali was fantastic because you didn't get to see him fight, but I did.
Right.
My 12th birthday, I got to see him come back and fight against Jerry Quarry. So that was a great moment. To see him light the torch, memorable. All right, guys, let's move forward. All right. I know, the big game we had last week, and we want to recap last week's game. It was a classic. It was the Ball Corporation Games of the Week, and it was Fulton versus Morristown West, and Morristown East played I'm sorry. Western Catholic and Fulton and East. And you got to see both games, right? Talk about Mr. Amari Rogers and Catholic.
Mr. Amari Rogers and Catholic. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, amazing sight to see, Mr. Amari Rogers. The reason why I call it Mr. because he was Mr. Football last year in Class 4A, and he did not let us down at this game. The first time that he touched the ball, you know what? Touchdown. That's right. They punted it to him. I don't know why they decided to do it. He walked it in for about a 55-yard touchdown. If you thought that was impressive for his first touch, they get the ball back again. And his second touch, they throw a pass to him, and you already know what the answer is. Touchdown.
Right.
You think he's done? No. They give him the ball again, and he scores another touchdown. So he scored like the first 3 touchdowns for Catholic. So I think that kind of set the tone for the year that they're looking to get another gold ball. And West, as far as West, they lost a lot of players on defense. As you remember, West gave a tough battle to Fulton, but they just didn't have enough to hold Catholic. They were able to move the ball some. They had a lot of returning players. Blevins, we talked about him. He had a nice shining moment where he scored on about a 95-yard pass touchdown. But, Amari Rogers and the rest of the team, quarterback, or other receiver, Kirshen, they were just too much for West.
Right, and then you look at East and you look at Fulton. That was an emotional game for Fulton, but you obviously saw who was the better team. Fulton had such better on both sides of the ball. They were more athletic on both sides of the ball. Obviously, East had a lot of question marks, but I want to touch on something you said about the West game and the Catholic. I was very disappointed in how big, and I talked about on the last show, how big West was up front. And you talked about Blevins having that one shining moment. West has to have a lot of shiny moments up front and him running the football to be anything going forward. So that's a big disappointment for me. But they wasn't, like you said, Roddy, 30-63 looks like a bad score. But West actually came on a little bit there.
First half,
then the halftime went on. But Morristown East just was no match for Fulton. I look for them to have a kind of a disappointing season after seeing that. But Fulton's a great team. There was a great run by Zach Dobson on that play. I guess you might have saw that, Chris. He had a cutback run. It was Amari Rogers type. But I think it's another new name on the scene we talked about. We're going to hear a lot more from him. It's not just going to be this one game. If you haven't seen that play, you need to go on there and watch that. I'm sure Chris will put it up.
We're going to definitely put that up, no doubt. Just to mention the play, are you talking about the one where they actually called it back, that play?
I think the one where he ran it to the left and came back to the right and then juked it back around.
They actually called that back, but it was like one of his first touches too. So when I saw that play happen, I knew that kid's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah,
too.
definitely.
All right, well, guys, a great showing. I know you got a lot of good footage from that game. But we caught up with Coach from Greenville, Mr. Ballard, and he's going to talk about that West game. So in our quick picks, we'll talk about Greenville and West. So you make sure you stay right here. We're coming right back on Your High School Sports right after this.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, $24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, $22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. We are still here at Mullins Chrysler Jeep Dodge in beautiful Elizabethton, Tennessee. And in the last segment, we got to talk to a few of the Cyclone players. But right now, because just right down the street, we have another competitive school here in Carter County that's very successful. This is the Happy Valley Warriors. And with me, we have the head coach of the Happy Valley Warriors, Jason Jarrett. Jason, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us. Excited to be here.
Okay, well, let's first just talk about you just real briefly. Talk about how you were able to, because this is your second year, right? Talk about how you were able to come to Happy Valley.
Well, I've never really left. I was telling the players the other day, once I started back in '86 as a kindergartner, I've never really left. I graduated in 2001 from Happy Valley High School. Started coaching, went throughout college from the middle school and also helping with the high school program. So I've never really left. This is my 16th year of coaching. Overall, second year as the head coach.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about this team. This team seems to be a special team. I know a few of your players. I was able to capture them 2 years ago. They seem like some pretty outstanding sophomores. They're now seniors, and they got you guys ranked pretty high this year. What's the outcome for the season? Or we don't want to talk the outcome, but what's your expectations for this year?
You know, when we took over last year, the goal was just to get back to the playoffs, and that's one thing we've talked about. That's not a goal anymore. That we've actually were able to accomplish that last year. That's an expectation now. Our goal is to accomplish bigger and better things, starting with our first game this week when we play a traditional county rival in Cloudland Highlanders. We've got to take it one game at a time, week by week, in order to accomplish the goal of hopefully becoming a conference champion.
Now, they actually have you ranked in the top 10 in the state, and I believe I read somewhere someone actually has a little bit of prediction of maybe even putting you possibly in the state. I know, like I said, we're early in the season, but when kids able to read things like that or hear things like that, how are you able to keep them focused and maintain on, like you said, one game at a time?
Well, we've had some meetings, we've watched some video, we've put together some PowerPoint, and that's some of the things that we've talked about is we have to be, Tennessee coach Butch Jones kind of put it best, the power of one. We have to be one team with one goal, taking it one day at a time, one rep at a time, one game at a time. And we have to play with unbelievable pride, maximum effort, and we just have to take it day by day, play for each other, play for the name that's on the front, which is the Happy Valley, instead of the names on the back.
Okay, let's back up real quick to, you mentioned the game against Cloudland that's coming up this week. We know that Coach Mike Lunsford, he's taking that team back over again. And they've lost a lot of talented players last year as well. This is, always, any team that plays here in Carter County, you can go and look at it as a rivalry. How big is this first game? And going against Cloudland with Coach Mike being back, how big is this game?
Anytime you play a Mike Lunsford coach team, you're in for a game. When he was at Cloudland the first time, then he went to Hampton, now he's back with the Highlanders again. They're going to be, first and foremost, they're going to be physical. They're going to try to control the line of scrimmage. They're a very physically and mentally tough football team. So, going into our first game, it's their second, our first, so they've had the opportunity to kind of work out the first game kinks. So we're hoping that, due to the scrimmages we've had previously, hopefully we've got some of those things worked out as well, and we can show up on the mountain this Friday night and put a good showing forth for the Warrior faithful.
Well, Coach, good luck to you. Like I said, me being from Carter County, too, you being in Carter County, Clouds in Carter County, I'm rooting for you both, but since you're here, we're going to give you a little special root, too. But what we're going to do right now, I know that you brought a couple of players here from Happy Valley, so we're going to right now toss to Chris Blevins, who's on the other side of Mullins, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, and he has a few of the Happy Valley High School players with us. Chris.
All right, thank you, Chris. And now we're here with a couple of the Happy Valley players. And first, guys, I want to get to meet you real quick. And what position do you play, and what year are you in?
Dustin Sams, I'm a senior, running back and defensive end.
All right.
Seth Chesser, I'm a senior, a center, and defensive end.
Gotcha. Now, we just heard from your coach, guys. He obviously has a good plan in place, and he's looking forward to the future in your first game. What is your outcome for this season, and what are you most looking forward to so far?
I'm just looking forward to the season, looking forward to playing the best I can every week. Looking forward to hopefully winning the conference championship and moving on, winning games in the playoffs. So.
That sounds good. Sounds good. What about you, sir?
Well, that's just like Coach said, week by week. I just want to give my best every practice, every day, every rep, week by week, and see where that leads us.
Gotcha. Now, we also heard your coach talk about that first game against Clouden. What do you think is going to be the key to that game, and what do you think that is going to be that one key factor that you can point on that you want to make sure happens during that first game?
We just got to stop the power, stop the run. They're always physical, want to hit you in the mouth, so we just got to stop it and counter back at that.
Gotcha. What about you?
Well, definitely just be more physically and mentally. They got some good players, so they hit hard hitters. We just got to come out there from the get-go and smack them in the mouth.
Gotcha. Hey, I like that, smack them in the mouth. Well, you heard it here from the Happy Valley players, and I think they're going to have a great game against Cloud, and we appreciate the coach and them coming out here today, and we'll be right back here on Your High School Sports.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge. From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's health care needs at one of our 3 convenient locations, Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off for $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19,900 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. We're here at Mullins Chrysler Jeep Dodge here in beautiful Elizabethton. And you know the big game is coming up. That's right. The Elizabethton Cyclones are going to be playing the Science Hill Hilltoppers. So we have many of the Cyclone players here now. So we want to be able to introduce each of them to you. So we're going to start off with our first Cyclone.
Cameron Coleman, defensive end, and I'm a junior this year.
All right. What are you going to do with the Hilltoppers coming up this week?
Hopefully stop Jalen from running the ball over us, and hopefully he don't spread around as much as he normally does.
Good luck to you. All right, who we have next?
Stuart Guess. I'm play left guard, and I'm a junior.
All right. You know there's a big game coming up. Don't be shy. What are you going to do this week?
I'm going to try to stop that big nose guard, Austin Cox.
All right. Thank you. We got a stranger in the building. Tell me your name.
Chandler Mullins, junior, center.
Okay, at the center position, you're the captain. We talked about this. What are you going to do?
Well, this week, my main responsibility is stopping number 6, Bryson Tolley, their main defensive player.
You gonna get it, John?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll talk to Bart about that, see if he agrees. All right, next.
Russell Carter. I play right tackle, and I'm a senior.
Okay, and at right tackle, what are you going to do this week?
We're going to control up front.
Lock him down, right?
Sir.
All right, good luck to you. All right.
I'm Hunter Nelson. I'm a left guard, and I'm a senior.
Okay, left guard. How you going to handle that left guard side?
We're going to smash him right in the mouth.
Smash him in the mouth. All right. And guys, if you want to get hyped about it, do that. All right, who do we have?
Tristan Strassman, senior right guard.
Right guard position. What's going to happen?
I'm going to try to stop number 6, King Russell. Just smash him right in the mouth.
Go smash him in the mouth. I believe my mic is dying on me. Come on next.
I'm Luke White. I'm a senior.
Position.
Right guard.
Right guard. What's going to do? What are you going to do on the right side?
Hopefully look for number 6 and stop him from shooting into the gaps.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. Taller, homie.
I'm Brandon Villasang. I play left tackle, and I'm senior this year.
Okay, left tackle. What's going to happen on left tackle?
Hopefully, I'm going to block from our quarterback and open up a hole.
All right. Good luck to you. Keep getting bigger and taller on me.
Johnny Ray Woodby. I'm senior this year. I play D-line. I'm going to try to keep number 11 from running around so much.
All right. Good luck to you. Talk about it.
Sandra Jones, senior, and a senior.
And what are you going to do this week?
I'm just gonna try to play good and just really do what I'm supposed to do.
All right. Good luck to you. Still getting taller on me. All right. Tell us about yourself.
Alex Norwood, junior, defensive end.
Got big responsibility on defensive end. What are you going to do?
Keep them from making big plays like Science Hill always does, and I'm going to go out there and try my hardest.
All right, good luck to you. Your cleanup. Tell us about it.
All right, I'm Sam Siepert. I'm a middle linebacker, and I'm a senior.
And what do you... We got a technical difficulty here with my mic. Check. I think we just died on this one. Did we just... Okay, we'll try it again. All right, one more time. From the beginning, from the top.
All right, my name's Sam Siepert. I'm a middle linebacker, and I'm a senior this year.
And final words. What's the Cyclones going to do this week?
We're going to show them. It's been a few years, but I think it's our time.
You heard that? It's been a few years, and that's right, Chick. Give it up. Is it the Cyclones' time? Okay. Well, you heard that, and we're going to come right back, and we'll actually go across the street and talk to head coach of Happy Valley right after this on Your High School Sports.
Five Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
For over 49 years, Phil Bachman and Myron Bernard have provided the industry's nicest vehicles. Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. They've provided the automotive needs for Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee, Western North Carolina. 49 years in the car business, taking care of customers the way that it should be done. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, right here in Greenville, where as always, we're going to save you money.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports, and of course, you see a lot of orange behind me, orange, gray, and blacks right behind me. This is Team Orange. This is the junior Pee Wee team here in Elizabethton. They're the reason why they call it Team Orange, because they kind of you can call them like the junior Cyclones. You know, this is kind of a feeder program for the Cyclones to come. We've talked to the older
Cyclones, and the younger ones to come are right behind us. But right beside me is a good friend of mine. We actually went to high school together, and we played at their age way back when it was R&F Construction. We had the black and gold and thought we were the Steelers. This is their head coach. This is Coach Travis Rowland. Coach, thanks for being on the show. First of all, just talk a little bit about how you got into coaching, because you've coached my son, I think, in just about every sport. So, yeah.
I don't know. I just like being around the kids, and when we grew up and played, we always had dads that knew a lot about the game. They taught us the right way to play it. It's kind of what I want to instill, make sure the kids get a good foundation, fundamentals, so that way when they get to the middle school, they can step in and start playing. They're not lost. We run the same kind of offense the middle school runs, and then it correlates to the high school, so we try to keep it continuous up through the program. And the thing is, once these kids start getting real good at one age, they have to move up every other year. So then it's kind of like starting back over again. You go from mighty mites to grass cutters to junior pee-wee, and some of these boys next year will be on the middle school team, and some of them will be back. So it's a constant adjustment. And the things have changed since we played. We used to hunt heads, and you can't do it anymore. It's heads up. You have to tackle the right way. Coaches are getting thrown out of the games for illegal hits. It's crazy.
Well, talk about, before we meet the group behind us, talk about the group you have behind us. What kind of group is this behind you? I know it's a good group to play with or to coach.
Probably the most talented team I've had since I've coached. A lot of speed, a lot of depth at every position. We're going to be pretty good. We're going to be tough.
Sounds good. That's what I like to hear. Just before we get introduced them, I want you to talk about, there's something coming up, I believe it's in October, that you're in charge of every year. Talk about that.
I'm a local Farm Bureau agent down here in Carter County. Last year we done a pink out game with Elizabethton High School where they wore pink jerseys, and we sold T-shirts, and all the money we raised we donated to the Cancer Society, which raised $6,000. We're doing the same thing this year, October the 7th. Coach Witten's big support behind it, the Touchdown Club. We had a lot of people in the community sponsor get their names on the back of the T-shirt. We're selling T-shirts again, and all the proceeds go to Cancer Society. It's for a good cause. And the thing is, when we go out and ask for donations from these businesses, 1 in 4 women are affected by breast cancer. We actually went to one bank, and the president, she was talking to me, and she started tearing up, and she's actually going through chemo at the time. And, it just kind of hits home. I mean, my father-in-law died of lung cancer, and I can't think of anybody probably in this room that's not been touched by it some form or some fashion in their life. So it's a big deal for us.
It's also a big deal for me. I lost a brother 2 years ago to lung cancer, and then I actually have my older sister. She has recovered from breast cancer. So I really do appreciate seeing that you taking charge, and the whole city and the schools is backing that program too.
Yeah, it's a good deal. I mean, it's a lot of work on my end of it, but kind of once we get to this point, the T-shirts are being printed now. We'll start selling them in a couple of weeks, and then we'll pass some buckets around the game that night for donations. But it's for a good cause.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's get into these players. I know they're anxious to introduce themselves, so we're going to start on my left. Before we get started, Junior Cyclones, make some noise. Yeah! I knew better than to ask for that. Anyway, we're going to start with this young man here. Tell him your name and position.
I'm Christopher Reddick. I'm his son, and I play running back and linebacker.
Is that linebacker?
Yeah, we moved to linebacker.
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay, that was new to me. All right. Next we have.
My name is Bryson. I play linebacker and sometimes defensive end. And
awesome.
My name is Gary Wallace. I'm 36. I play cornerback, linebacker, and tight end.
Awesome.
I'm Braden, and I play safety.
All right, let's swing around here. We'll start in the back.
My name is Jackson, and I play tight end. My name is Jackson, and I play right guard.
And who would he have here?
My name is Bryson Road, and I play quarterback, and on defense I play outside linebacker.
And I believe your dad's the coach, isn't he? Coach's son. All right, and who do we have here?
My name's Seth Mullins. I just went mind blank.
Your position, Seth?
I play running back, wide receiver, and safety.
All right, and right behind you.
My name's Andrew, and I play center.
And who do we have?
My name's Jariah Griffin, and I play wide receiver and cornerback.
All right, come on in.
I'm Reagan Inzer. I play tight end and defensive tackle.
All right, a few more to go.
My name's Alex Riddle, and I play defensive end.
All right, come on in.
I got no.
Name and position.
My name's Zayden, and I play tight end on defense.
Awesome, man. One more.
My name is Dawson, and I play defensive line.
All right, well, there you have it. We have the Junior Cyclones, and they're looking to have a great season. So, oh yeah, they're already ready to go. They're ready to get started now. But guys, thanks for being on the show. Coach, thanks for being on the show. And when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to start talking about the big game between the Cyclones and the Toppers right here on Your High School Sports.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
A milestone, 49 years in the automotive business. Bill Bachman and Myron Bernard have provided the automotive needs for people from Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina with the vehicles that they desire. Choose from Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac right here at Bachman Bernard in Greenville. We're in the prettiest area. We give the lowest prices, the highest rebates, and the best interest rates. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac right here in Greenville, where as always, we're gonna save you money.
Clayball's Campground and Cabins and Clayball's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clayball's Campground is spacious with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Clayball's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Clayball's Market or make reservations at Clayball's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Welcome back to this edition of Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods. I'm with Coach Kane Ballard. Coach, a magnificent win Friday night against Anderson County. Kind of spoiled things for them. They opened up and debuted on that new carpet, but you went down there and took it to them, didn't you?
We did. Kids played well. You know, for the first game, we were really sharp. Mentally, physically, everything we could ask for. You know, I didn't really expect that, but I was happy with the result. And I probably shouldn't say I didn't expect it. The kids deserved it. They worked very, very hard all summer. It's been a great preseason for us, and we've played well. So it was exciting to finally put it all together on Friday night and watch the kids play.
That sophomore quarterback of yours had an outstanding game right there. He had 3 touchdowns in the air and 2 on the ground. You couldn't ask for nothing better than that, could you?
It was a good start for him, too. You know, he's surrounded by a lot of really good players, too, but made some nice throws. We were able to get some deep plays against them to kind of really gut them, you know, with the deep plays. It hurt them, and he hurt them with his feet a little bit, too. But, you know, again, when the field's spread with a lot of good players, it's tough to defend, and you know, it proved true Friday. We were hard to defend.
In a game like that, score like that, you had to will with Anderson County. Was there any things that you needed to work on that you saw in film that you got to get ready for this week?
Sure, we'll visit film here in just a few minutes, and there's a lot of coaching points. You know, from game 1 to game 2 is typically your most improvement. So if we can improve greatly from Friday night to this coming Friday night, we'll be happy about that result as well.
One question: Morristown West comes here to your house Friday night. Talk about Morristown West right quick.
Well, it's always a great game with us in Morristown West, no matter if it's here or there or just seems like every year it's a heck of a game, and from what I've seen on film, it doesn't look any different this year. Two really good teams. It's become a pretty big rivalry for both schools, and I would expect another great game.
Last question, what do you got to do to beat Morristown West?
Well, we got to limit their big plays. The running back's a great player running. They like to throw it to him and get him the ball. The quarterback's a special player too. They got a lot of weapons. On film we look pretty even. So it's going to be an exciting game.
Coach Kane Ballard, his Greenville Green Devils take on Morristown West this Friday night right here at Greenville. So make sure you stay tuned. More of your high school sports coming back.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Roddy Wood, your host. We're coming to you today from Elizabethton, home of Mullins, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Come by and see Adam and his crew. They'll fix you right up in one of these brand new or used vehicles on his lot. Bart Lyons has joined us now. Bart is our correspondent here in the northeast part of East Tennessee. Bart covers Science Hill. He's the voice of Science Hill on Friday night for football and basketball. It's the first time you've got to be on TV with us this year.
I'll tell you what.
We talk to you every week, but tell us what's going on up here.
I tell you what, just left practice, and Coach Carter and the Science Hill coaching staff are getting the kids prepared. And anytime we play Elizabeth, it's going to be a big game. Coming over, playing in their new stadium, that's something we hadn't ever done. And but you know what? I went and checked those dimensions of the field just a few minutes ago, and it's the same size as Ryder Field was. So definitely Elizabeth will have a big crowd. It'll be a big home advantage for them. But we're just going to come over here and play Science Hill football.
Well, besides that game, there's a lot of football up here.
There is.
We talked to the Happy Valley coach. We've talked to, but you're up here on the street. What do you hear about what's going on up here with the 6A, 5A, 4A class?
Well, even in the lower classifications, Hampton Bulldogs, Lunsford Jr. is now at the controls for Hampton, and got an awesome quarterback, Jason Russell. He's 6'2", 220. Pretty good sized Tebow type quarterback. Does a good job passing it, does a good job running it. They got a McLean kid that's really good too. So definitely we need to keep out lookout for the Hampton Bulldogs. Should have another deep run into playoffs and have another successful season.
When you speak of Hampton, you got to talk about Dobbins Bennett as well. They should be back on track.
They should be back on track. DB, Coach Clark mentioned the other day they had been 1 year without a victory. I think their only win was maybe week 1 last year, and he's excited. He's a type of coach that he's not going to be outworked, and he'll definitely have the Indians ready to go that last game of the season when we play them.
Closing remarks. Who's the team to beat up here?
Team to beat in this area. Elizabethton's awful good. I look for them to go deep in their playoff run. Greenville's really talented too. In their classification, they'll make some noise. Hampton, again, I think in their classification, they'll be really good. But I think Maryville, too. I think, Maryville's going to be pretty good. They're not up here. Well, they're 6A, and we play them, so they'll be pretty good. And, we got a traditionally rich football program up here, and these guys, they'll get after it. They got good coaching and good community support. That goes a long way.
All right, well, Mr. Bart Lyons, our correspondent right here in the Northeast. When we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to go over and visit with David Crompton. David is our correspondent over in Western Carolina. So make sure you stay right here on Your High School Sports. We're coming right back.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County. From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations, Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Roddy Woods. Now on the line with us is David Crompton with our Western Carolina report. David, how's things up that way?
Hey, everything's good over here in Western North Carolina. How is it in ball land?
Oh, I know how it is. Talk about the big games coming up this week. I know there was a few last week, but this week the schedule should be full.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a full schedule, but I'll tell you there were some pretty cool games around here, some really great football games this last weekend, and I didn't do a good job of making sure that I got you all the information you needed. Irwin, who is headed down the mountain, I think it's this week, to play that school that I couldn't pronounce last week that you laughed at me about.
Well, Ottawa.
Yes. They played the defending independent state champion up here, private school state champion, and it was a great little football game, and they came back and won 41-28. And that quarterback I was telling you about, that Damon Ferguson, he was 22 for 35 for 270 and 5 touchdowns. And they got a couple of kids that can run that the folks down there are really going to be really going to enjoy watching. There's a C.J. Thompson and a Trey Martin. Those kids can run. They can run at the level that you guys are used to seeing. And Irwin's going to fling the ball around the park.
What about Tuscola? Who they take on this week?
Tuscola played Patton last week, and Patton's a 1A school from down around what we call up here in the mountains, down around the flatlands. And they scored 68 points.
Whoa.
And blew them out. And Pisgah had a tough football game and ended up winning by a couple of touchdowns there at the end against just an average football team in North Buncombe from up here. But it's going to be fun. I'm more interested in anything than for that Irwin game this week against the folks down in your area, and to see how they match up. And then a lot of non-conference games up here. And as we get into the conference, it's really going to. That's when I'll get you some really good information.
All right, David. You take care, and we'll be talking to you next week right here on Your High School Sports. All right.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks, David. It's always good to talk to David Crompton. The name, if you know who it is Jonathan's father, and he's our correspondent over in Western Carolina. David talks about Pisgah and Tuscola, some big games over there in Western Carolina. Even Irwin going down to face Etowah this week. So should be a lot of big games going up. Plus we got a caught up with Greenville's head coach, Coach Ballard. He talks about his big game this week. They had a big win last week. They christened Anderson County's field with a win, and now they take on Morristown West. West coming off a big loss against Catholic last week. Should be a lot of fireworks in that game, Greenville versus Morristown West. So when we come back here on Your High School Sports, the crew is going to join me. We're going to do quick picks, and we're going to set up the big game between Elizabethton and Science Hill. So make sure you stay right here on Your High School Sports. We're coming right back, coming to you today from Mullins, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Elizabethton.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports, coming to you today from Mullins, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Elizabethton. You know, guys, the crew is with us now. We're going to talk about the big game. It's Friday night right here in Elizabethton when the Cyclones take on Science Hill Hilltoppers. You know, the one thing that I want to say, this is the first game for both of them. So, you know, it's turnover city. It could be.
Well, it could be. It's a big game. I know these two want to battle it out here a little bit.
That's why we put them in the middle.
Put them in the middle a little bit, but we'll kind of start real quick. I mean, Elizabethton, I think, has a really good chance this year. They got some big boys up front. They got some athletic players. Science Hill is always stacked with athletic players, the quarterback positions, the wide receivers, the running back. They're obviously going to be fast on the outside. I know Bart's going to talk a little bit about that. I know we're going to save the picks here a little bit till last, but I really do think Elizabethton's got a good shot. I really want to hear what these guys got to say.
Oh, okay.
Kind of go after that a little bit.
You're going to hold your pick for that. Okay.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Lyons, you on.
Well, as far as Elizabethton, you know, we've done a lot of film study on those guys. We know they have a big offense and defensive line. Coach Witt and his staff, man, they're second to none as far as in the coaching ranks. Very respected among all the coaches as well.
Right.
Sandra Jones, Evan Sewell, and they've got a great super sophomore sensation named Corey Russell, who's going to be a big-time player. So we're going to have our hands full containing the Cyclones, no doubt.
And before I get started on my pick or talk about the Cyclones, I want to first set something up because we got a chance, or actually I got a chance before I arrived here to talk to Coach Carter. So I want him at this time to set up about how big this rival is.
Big game is coming up, and we just want to talk with Stacey Carter. You understand that this is a big rivalry, so just talk about how big a rivalry this is.
Well, it's a big rivalry. When I first came here, I guess I didn't understand, how big it was. But, with the cities being, so close and it being such an old rivalry, I mean, it's just a great game. I mean, it's two great communities, getting after it on the football field. It's very, very highly attended. And, people just kind of look forward to it. I think it's a great way to get football started off in this area.
Thanks, Coach Carter. He's always a great time to go talk to Coach Carter up at Science Hill. But, guys, it's time to do our quick picks. Our quick picks this week, I know you wasn't here with us last week, Bart, but our quick picks are, I'm going to throw them at you, Morristown West versus Greenville.
Greenville.
I'm going with Morristown West.
Oh, boy, after the West whooping last week, I'm going Greenville.
Cott County versus Sullivan Central.
Cott County had a really close game last week, which surprised me, so still going to go the opposite way, though.
I'm going to go with Cott County. I'm pulling for the guys down there in Cott County.
Cott County now putting points on the board. Central still a struggling team, Cott County.
Knox Central versus Knox-Catholic.
Catholic.
Maryville, this is a special game, guys. Maryville takes on Fulton Saturday night. So, Maryville versus Fulton.
I know it's a quick pick. I'm really torn between it. Me and Bart talked about it off camera. I'm going to go on a limb and say Fulton. I know Maryville is the powerhouse team they are. I'm going Fulton.
They're my 1A, 1B in my rankings, but I'm going to go with Maryville.
And I'm going to have to split the decision here. I tell you what, guys, I saw Fulton play much better team than last year, which could be scary. I saw them cut down on their mistakes, so a lot of talent on that team. Dobson kid, unbelievable. I'm going to give the edge this year to Fulton, believe it or not.
Okay. Happy Valley.
Tides are changing, Roddy.
Happy Valley versus Cloud.
Happy Valley.
Go Warriors.
Even though Mike Lunsford's coming back for Cloudland, he lost a lot of talent last year. We're going to go with Coach Jason Jarrett and the Warriors.
All right, a big test for Oak Ridge. They take on Dobbins Bennett this week.
I think it's a big test, Roddy, but I think T. Higgins and the crew is too big. I think Oak Ridge.
Shout out to T. Higgins and all the fine folks in Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge.
Knox West, Sevier County.
Sevier County is having a rough season. I
Yes,
think
they are.
They lost to Cleveland 51-20 last week. So
Think they're missing Deuce?
they're missing Deuce bad, but if they lost more than Deuce too. But yeah, I'm definitely going across the grain.
You better call Tyrone on this one. Tyrone Patterson, tight end for Knox West. He's going to make a big impact for the Rebels this season.
Hey, we had West in our East Tennessee top 10. These guys, a lot coming back. They're going to do work, and I think they're going to do a lot of work on Sevier County West.
Hampton versus Johnson County.
Ooh. Wow, that's a tough one.
Well, Hampton did good last week, though. Hampton beat Avery County. So we talked about that last week, Chris, but I think Hampton's got a pretty good team this year. I'm going Hampton.
Jason Russell, number 4 quarterback. He's a difference maker. I'm going with the Bulldogs.
Wow, this is going to be a real tough one. I'm really torn on this one, but Bulldogs still have some talent coming back, even though they lost a lot. I'm just going to make it fair for Johnson County. I'll give Johnson County a edge.
All right, way to go, Chris. William Blunt versus Alcoa.
Alcoa.
Tornadoes of Alcoa.
William Blunt, no. Tornadoes.
Pigeon Forge, Seymour. Now, this could be a good game. This really could be. I think Coach Cooper down at Seymour's got things turned around.
Well, Pigeon Forge beat GP this past
No.
They lost.
They got beat 28-24 on Benny's Swan Song.
They'll come back this week, Pigeon Forge.
Like I say, year in, year out. I like riding the go-karts down at Pigeon Forge, so I'm going with Pigeon Forge.
Go-karts are faster at Pigeon Forge.
That's right.
You know what? I picked against Coach one time, and I had to face him that next week. That was pretty tough. I'm going Pigeon Forge because I'm
Never
scared.
pick against it, man. Never. All right, CAK versus Grace Christian.
CAK.
CAK, definitely.
CAK. CAK.
All right. Now it's time. We're going to set this game up. The panelists talked about them. The game coming up, Elizabethton versus Science Hill. All right, who you got?
Well, I really think after talking with Bart and Chris here a little bit, Elizabethton, I went with Elizabethton last year. I didn't listen to Bart a little bit, but I definitely think Bart's on the right track when he talks about the athletic players on the team and what he's got at quarterback. So I'm going to give the edge slightly to Science Hill, but that is a game that you never know what can happen.
That's right.
Never, ever know. So I'm going to pick Science Hill, but it's going to be by that much.
Should be a close one, good game, but I'm definitely going with the Hilltoppers of Science Hill.
Wow. All right, guys, Cyclone fans that are remaining in the building, I just got one thing to say. You guys ready? When I throw this up, this is going to win the game. Here we go. Cyclones, baby, Cyclones. Yeah, we're playing it. This is our house. Cyclone.
All right. So it means 2 against 1, so I guess I have to vote on this.
You got to vote.
I gotta vote. I'm going Elizabethton. I think Elizabethton, what they did in the spring against Alcoa, when you go to Alcoa's house and you hold Alcoa to their running game, I got a feeling this is Sean's year.
Should be a good one.
I think it'll be a good one.
Well, that's one good thing. Like Bart just said, it's going to be fun. When I talked to Coach Carter, that's one thing we did talk about. It's going to be a fun matchup.
I think it'll be good. All right, when we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to unveil this week's top 10, so make sure you stay right here. We'll be right back.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
Clayball's Campground and Cabins and Clayball's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clayball's Campground is spacious with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Clayball's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Clayball's Market or make reservations at Clayball's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Hi, my name is Natalie Hill, and you're watching Your High School Sports.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Chris Blevins, Chris Reddick, and Mr. Bart Lyons has joined us on set today. Coming to you from Mullins, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right here in Elizabethton. Guys, we've talked about all the games. It's time to unveil the top 10. All right, here we go. Catholic, Fulton, Maryville, Alcoa, Oak Ridge, Greenville, Knox West, CAK, Elizabethton, and Science Hill.
That Science Hill, you got them number 1?
They number 10.
Oh, just the way you read it.
You want me to go get? Okay.
I'm sure Bart would like to hear number 1.
Number 1 is Catholic. Number 2 is Fulton. And for you people that say, why don't you have Maryville? Maryville did not bring home the gold ball last year. So you got Catholic brought one home and Fulton brought one home. Maryville, number 3. Alcoa brought the gold ball home, but they lost to Maryville.
Mm-hmm.
So they're number 4. Oak Ridge should have brought a gold ball home, but they're number 5. Greenville, I think what Coach Ballard said, you go to Anderson County and beat Anderson County like they did. Yeah. They deserve to be number 6. Knox West, somebody you said last week for me to take a look at, and I did. CAK is in front of Elizabethton because they beat Elizabethton last year. And then you got Elizabethton, and then you got Science Hill.
Well, I think we're going to stay current on this. One thing you got to think about is Morristown West is no longer in our top 10.
You got that right.
Dropped 6 to nothing.
And Sevier County left the poll.
And you got to think about this week. Science Hill, Elizabethton, right on the edge of our top 10. So the winner that week will probably stay or go out of our top 10.
Yeah. The loser will leave.
I personally believe, when we talk about on the show, I think Alcoa and Oak Ridge are kind of flip-flopped in our top 10 here. It's my opinion. I think Oak Ridge is a little bit better than Alcoa. We'll see. We'll find out later.
They didn't bring home the gold ball last year.
I'm talking about this season.
Okay.
This season. So, I don't know what you think, Bart.
Number 10, I got Greenville. Number 9, Elizabethton. Number 8, I want to give a shout out to the Reuter family of Bradley Central. Quarterback Cole Copeland, real deal quarterback. Nice. Number 7, Catholic. I know that's a little low for you guys. 7. Knox West at number 6. Science Hill at number 5. The T. Higgins-led Oak Ridge Wildcats at 4. Alcoa at 3. Zach Dobson and Xavier Malone leading the way for Fulton at number 2. And at number 1, T.D. Blackman-led Maryville Rebels, number 1 in my poll.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
We could really talk about his poll, couldn't we?
We can talk about his poll.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on all this. We'll talk about all this next week.
All right.
Because it's going to be all mixed up next week.
You got it. If you lose, you're out of our poll. That's one thing about our poll. If you lose, you go out. You're out. So ask Sevier County and Morristown West.
But it's one game away. You can come back to our top 10 really quick.
You sure can.
Yeah, and I had a really hard time picking between Fulton and Maryville. I mean, that's my one.
Well, you'll know this week.
Yeah, we'll know this week. We'll know
this week. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you tuning in this week for Your High School Sports, coming to you from Mullins, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Elizabethton. For Chris Blevins, for Bart Lyons, for Chris Reddick, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next week right here on Your High School Sports.